Retrieve links from web page using Python and BeautifulSoup. How can I retrieve the links of a web page and copy the URL address of the links using Python?
Here's a short snippet using the Soup Strainer class in BeautifulSoup. The BeautifulSoup documentation is actually quite good, and covers a number of typical scenarios. This URL. Edit. Note that I used the Soup Strainer class because it's a bit more efficient, memory and speed-wise, if you know what you're parsing in advance.
For completeness sake, the BeautifulSoup 4 version, making use of the encoding supplied by the server as well. Or the Python 2 version. And a version using the requests library, which as written will work in both Python 2 and 3. The soup.find_all href equals true, call finds all elements that have an href attribute, elements without the attribute are skipped. BeautifulSoup 3 stopped development in March 2012, new projects really should use BeautifulSoup 4, always. Note that you should leave decoding the HTML from bytes to BeautifulSoup. You can inform BeautifulSoup of the character set found in the HTTP response headers to assist in decoding, but this can be wrong and conflicting with a header info found in the HTML itself, which is why the above uses the BeautifulSoup internal class method encoding_declared_encoding to make sure that such embedded encoding hints win over a misconfigured server. With requests, the response.encoding attribute defaults to Latin 1 if the response has a text/MIME type, even if no character set was returned. This is consistent with the HTTP RFCs but painful when used with HTML parsing, so you should ignore that attribute when no charset is set in the content type header.
Others have recommended BeautifulSoup, but it's much better to use LXML. Despite its name, it is also for parsing and scraping HTML. It's much faster than BeautifulSoup, and it even handles broken HTML better than BeautifulSoup, their claim to fame. It has a compatibility API for BeautifulSoup too if you don't want to learn the LXML API. Ian Blicking agrees. There's no reason to use BeautifulSoup anymore, unless you're on Google App Engine or something where anything not purely Python isn't allowed. LXML.html also supports CSS3 selectors, so this sort of thing is trivial. An example with LXML and path would look like this. The following code is to retrieve all the links available in a web page using ERLib 2 and BeautifulSoup 4.
BeautifulSoup channel, because it's sorry.